Welcome to another edition of, let's not say edition, let's say episode.
A new edition? Isn't that a band?
That was Bobby Brown shit. Welcome to another episode of Metal Pasta.
Cut. Take three.
I heard you can take three. So yeah, it's metal and
Metal in your mama.
let's see. Yeah, we're checking pretty good over there.
Check. Checking levels.
These days, no checks. You pull out a check and register, I'm gonna kick you in the back of the legs. Like, you know where your knee meets right there. So,
You know what I hate?
AIDS
I have the worst
in the
luck.
mouth.
I have the worst luck. I get in line in front of somebody
Too much forehead.
at a gas station, and they're getting a money order or whatever they do, whatever they get at these gas stations where they have to. I don't know. I guess it's a money order or something. It takes like half an hour.
I don't go to those gas stations.
No,
Costco doesn't have that problem. You can't get a money order and a grape Rello and the rest of that $10 bill on three
yeah, these are the
at
ones
Costco.
that sell the pig's feet and the red liquid.
And the eggs.
Yeah, and the eggs.
Eggs. You know, I actually worked in two different convenience stores. They were both owned by the same place. They're gone now, so I can say their name. Circle C. You remember those?
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, those are long gone. Sold them to Habib and his cousins. And I'm not being racist. That's really the guy's name. I think he goes by Sam. My name is Habib, but you can call me Sam. He's got a Bluetooth coming out of both ears for like two phones. Hello. You know. Anyway, Rodney King,
yeah.
And then the dude
Reginald
Denny got pulled out of his truck during that shit. I was working in a convenience store at that time.
Were you?
And I was a white boy with long hair working in a predominantly not white area of town. So, which didn't bother me, but I had a couple of customers that were that would come in there and look at me and be like, "White boy." Call me White Boy. That's my name, White Boy.
I miss the Phillips 66. Those globes. You ever seen that?
Golf. G-U-L-F.
Was it
Remember that? Was Golf?
Yeah.
There was Golf.
Oh, it's like an orange globe or something. It said 76, right? Or something.
Well, now when I
or is that Heinz 57? I don't know.
When I look for, I think those are out there still. They're just more on, not where we're at, unless you don't get out much.
Right.
I don't get out much, but I've been around a block a couple times in this country. But when I'm out there hunting somewhere to grab a soda, maybe top off the tank, grab a pack of cigs, whatever. I'm not hitting up, Little Sam's with the Bluetooth in each ear and a Affliction shirt on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not doing that. I'm looking for, the brand names. Not like Shell, Chevron, because those are all owned by those types too. I'm looking for like the Circle K's and the something like a 7-Elevens. We don't have those here. I think they had one in Decatur.
And they have don't they have those drinks called Big Gulp or something?
Big
Something
Big Gulps are great. They come up to I think 64 ounces, which is half a gallon.
You know something else we don't have here is Blimpie. It's a sub sandwich shop.
But isn't it kind of like Subway? Yeah, they have them in Florida.
Yeah.
But I don't know about present day, but about 10 years ago, I know Decatur was on the map. Was in the Guinness Book of World Records for having. I know they were in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most convenience stores per capita. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact ratio, but I mean that's a lot of convenience stores.
There is quite a bit.
I don't go through there much.
I don't either, but
although these days I have to go there to find a mall.
I go there about once.
Because we don't have one. Because ours got bulldozed.
We do have one we have
that
one.
mall sucks. That's a chick mall, dude. They don't have nothing. There's like one thing in there for guys, and that's the chicks.
Well, at least when you walk through the new one, you don't feel like you're gonna get raped. That old one got a little sketchy.
I don't know what caused that. I mean, I know what you're talking about. They were setting curfews for anybody under 18 and things like you're not allowed to be in there past like 7 o'clock. If you're under 18, you're not allowed to be in there without a parent. When you were a teenager, did you go to the mall? Parents drop you off, or you were just in 10th grade? You got a car, you drive up there, hang out with your friends, go to the freaking the food cart, get some some boardwalk fries or some Sbarro or something. They even had like a game room. Go in there and play actual video games.
Hey, we've got a drive-through Sbarro now.
Huh?
There's Sbarro or Sbarro?
Sbarro.
Anyway, there's a drive-through.
You can even like roll the R's if you want.
Example?
Sbarro.
Ah.
I'm dry right now.
That's fancy.
I'm dry. I'm like dry mouth right now.
Isn't that funny how you go on vacation and...
What is that?
Well, I'm just saying when you do...
I don't go on vacation. I don't get a vacation, but go ahead.
It's been probably 3-4 years for me too, but when you go on vacation, it always crosses your mind. I wish I could see myself living here, but then after about a week, you're like, no. Wherever you go.
Give me an example. Like,
I don't know.
Where would you go on vacation?
The beach.
Besides L.A.
The mountains.
Lower Alabama.
The mountains, the beach, whatever.
Yeah. No, because I haven't been on a real vacation in forever, and I honestly mean that. Like, I think I was in a band with you the last time I was on a real vacation. I went to D.C., went to the Poconos, up there in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and we went to Manhattan a couple times, like, during that trip. And we were just kind of like bouncing around in between those areas. And, that was great, but I didn't see myself being able to actually live there.
Right.
And, D.C. was really cool. Like, we weren't there very long. I kind of want to go back because we were only, like, honestly, we were only there for literally 12 hours. Maybe like 18 hours. Because we had flown into Dulles, Reagan International, I think it was. And my parents had driven up from Florida and met us at the airport, me and my brother. While we were there, we noticed when we were driving through the town trying to get to our hotel, we noticed that that there was a huge march going on. Like, this big march. We're like, I hope we ain't in here during some kind of like nasty protest kind of violence kind of thing going on. I've never been there before, so I was kind of out of my element. It's like 28 years old, there's long hair, wearing a Korn t-shirt, and the baggy jeans, those big giant, Jenkos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I wasn't really in the mood to get shot at or nothing, but and I'd never been there, so.
I liked Memphis. I recorded at Ardent Studios.
Yeah.
It's like a real famous studio. Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin recorded there. Bob Dylan, Three Doors Down. It runs the gamut. Skillet. That's like their home away from home.
Well, that wasn't too far from where Three Doors Down is from. That's just a hop, skip, and jump.
Right. Skillet's from there too, I believe. But yeah, they were telling me a story about how Bob Dylan got stuck in the courtyard. The studio is like a big square, and it's got an outside courtyard where you can go smoke, and it's got all glass windows where you can see inside the hallways.
Yeah.
And then as you go around it, it's like Studio A, Studio B, turn the corner,
Okay.
And he went out there and he couldn't remember how he got where the door was.
Got lost.
And so they had Bob Dylan stuck like a gerbil.
Oh my
in
God.
the center of this thing.
It was stuck.
But Memphis was the atmosphere was great. But the crime,
Beale Street.
Beale Street,
That's the big one.
Tons of really good barbecue and food, and there's people on the corner playing saxophone.
It took me
and
forever to realize what the lyric meant in that song.
Walking with my feet 10
feet off of Beale
Street.
What the hell are you talking about?
Beale Street.
So when we got to the hotel and it was time to eat, remember, we're in D.C. Well, the front desk person was nice enough to tell us just right around the corner, walking distance, was a cool, like a burger joint, like a diner. So we walked over there. It was me, my brother, and my mom and my stepfather. Now my stepfather's, I think 12 years older than my mother, so there's a little bit of an age gap between he and I, and we're in there, and we grabbed a burger, and we, had a seat. It was a nice place, with booths and stuff. They bring your food to their table. But my stepdad saw a Washington D.C. officer, getting something to eat there, grabbing, like a styrofoam to-go box. And he asked the officer, he goes, "Hey, what's this march about?" And the officer goes, "Oh, that's an AIDS march." And my stepdad, who wasn't the comedian, goes, "Oh, are they for it or against it?" That shit cracked me up, man. So then my brother and I decided, we walked to White House, and it was closed off. Back then it was Clinton. And it was closed off. Like, nobody, you could like hold on to the gates and go, "Yep, wish they were home," that kind of thing. But it was in October, and so then we walked over to the Jefferson Memorial and all that, and the Lincoln Memorial. Sorry, not Jefferson Memorial. The Lincoln Memorial, and that, I forget what they call that. Is it the Sea of Tranquility? What do they call that big?
I think
thing
that's
of
on
water.
I think that's on the moon, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. They call the water right there out in front of the Lincoln Memorial, the one that's in All Forrest Gump, and Jenny jumps in it to run to, what I'm talking about.
I don't know what they call it, though.
Well, it's got a name. Anyway, so we walked through all that and went to Washington Monument. Was closed because it was being renovated. Like, how do you renovate it, that?
Right.
So we seen everybody with the march was walking by us, so we jumped in the march. Me and my brother, we're just like, "Yeah, this is all right." And everybody's patting us on the back. Like, "Yeah, all right, buddy." And I'm like, "All right, I don't even have no idea what I'm doing here."
Right.
But we're just walking. We left my mom and stepdad, man. They were ditched. And about maybe a half a mile up the path of the march, there's this big open field with a band playing. They got food being served, people patting us on the back and like handing us like drinks, like bottled waters and things, and "Good job, thanks, pal, good job, buddy." And I'm just like, "All right, yeah, cool, what's up?"
You just passing
Rock
through.
on. I'm grabbing waters, man, putting them in my pockets. I got the damn Jinkos. I can carry like a case of water. And we get there, man, there's barbecue, and there was hamburgers, and there was ice cream, and like that was the end of the march. Like, there was a big party at the end of the march. Now I know why people march. But we were like getting patted on the back. I'm like, "Yeah, I walked a whole 1,000 feet for this."
And this was an AIDS march, right?
It was an AIDS march. Yeah, I don't know why you would march regarding AIDS. I mean, people know about it, right? So it's not for awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this was 98, 99, so people knew about it pretty well by then. Charlie Sheen didn't have it yet.
Isn't it funny how famous people or well-off people seem to have, they contract that disease and
get cured,
and they're fine.
It's called leaving the country to get a real cure, because that's what Charlie Sheen did.
Didn't it come out, though, that it kind of backfired and his numbers?
I really haven't kept up with it. I got to the part where, like, dude kind of whipped
went to
HIV.
Mexico or something.
Whipped HIV in the ass, and then it's like, damn, man. Oh, well, good for him. Too bad he don't have his TV show anymore.
Right.
But, yeah.
Speaking of other countries,
oh, no.
Brazil, Peru, it's in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Starting back in March of this year, they had this massive like landslide, or I don't know if you want to call it a sinkhole or something. All these cracks started opening up, and it's been getting worse and worse ever since. And this month it's really started to widen, and it's like sinking this whole town. It's pretty wild looking, but it's devastating for the community that lives there.
I wonder if it's kind of tied into any kind of tectonic, movement.
I'm
as
sure.
far as like earthquake, like from last year, like an earthquake last year it's taken this much time and now it's opening up.
Yeah, like Maynard from Tool says that California's gonna fall into the ocean.
Learn to swim.
Yeah.
I want to see it all go down.
I don't know if it's just me, but when I scrolling through the internet, I see all kind of sinkhole problems. It seems like it's getting more and more.
Well, I mean, I know in Florida, there's an actual like a river that runs underground in Florida, and that just washes away a lot of the, what's underground. So the house goes, bye, see you later.
It's crazy.
Or the road goes. Yeah, I lived down there for a long time, and it's just like, it's not, we don't walk around going, oh, is that a sinkhole? We just really don't give a shit. We don't care. It's like hurricanes, man. Down there, we have hurricane parties.
All right, what are you going to do?
Nah, just hold on to your coconuts. It's going to be a hell of a blowjob. What? That's just saying.
You mean here?
No, your coconuts.
It's
What was your deal when you rolled up here, man? You was like your truck was moving real slow, and you were outside your truck with the door open doing something like all these dance moves. Were you doing the Kiki challenge?
Oh no, I got rushed into a gang, and there's the new signs. I was just practicing.
Okay, all right. Outside of your vehicle while it's moving.
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know if you were making a video for your, for your Instagram or your Tumblr or your.
I don't know
whatever.
what what Tumblr is, and
it's, from what I know, it's kind of like Instagram type of thing, but like anything goes. There's no rules. Like you can post whatever you want. You want to post a photo of your nutsack, go for it.
Now, there is an app I haven't downloaded it, but there is a new app called Musical.ly or something.
Yeah. Well,
it's pretty interesting.
They just call it Musically. It's it's musical.ly. Yeah, I don't understand it. I downloaded it and looked at it, and I was like, "There's a bunch of 14-year-olds," and I don't have that kind of.
But apparently,
time.
You take a video of your short video clip of yourself, and then you add whatever songs they have available, and then there's filters and effects and all this. But people are really creative on there. It is interesting to look at what people come up with.
Yeah, and when they're done with that, they can go and ban straws.
Do what?
They're banning straws, dude.
Why?
Because they couldn't ban guns, I guess. I don't know. They're like, we got to ban something. We got to ban something. I wish I had an idea of what the. Oh, hey, I don't like you. You're gone. They banned, San Francisco, and I think Disney has banned them at their parks or something like that. San Francisco, that's a big, I don't know, have you ever been to San Francisco?
No.
I have when we used to live in Santa Cruz.
I had a girlfriend that would go.
Not real far from there. And that's where Silicon Valley is. That's where Google and everybody is. So, but how do you drink a Capri Sun without a damn straw?
It comes with a straw taped to the back of it.
Just right, but they've banned straws. So our Capri Sun, do the Capri Sun folk take a hit now because they lost that market?
Maybe somebody put an eye out or something.
No, it was something about him ending up in the ocean. It's like, well, quit throwing your shit in the ocean, moron.
Yeah. Well, what about the Great Pacific? What is it called? It's like a trash island or something. Have you seen this?
Yes. Well, I think that's part of it. That's part of and yeah, that's part of why they're doing this. I guess they noticed a lot of straws.
Oh, man.
And it's my take is, though, since they're like a sanctuary city, what if an illegal alien's using a damn straw? What are they going to do then? Nothing.
Yeah. There's one in the Atlantic too. When you look at the sheer size of this, if you were
It's on Google. It's on Google. Yeah. Google Maps or whatever you call it. It's huge.
I often think about if you were an alien,
almost like a continent.
If you were an alien coming to visit or something, and you look down,
don't land there.
You would think, oh, there's an island. No, it's trash. It's so big, and I guess the ocean currents, push it into this one big circle.
Yep.
And there's not very many, but there are some people trying to innovate ways to clean that up.
I've actually seen some younger kid. I don't want to call him a kid, but to me, everybody under 35 is a kid. But yeah, I've noticed I guess some kid came up with a way to clean it up, whatever. Good for him. I could give a shit. I don't live near the ocean. Last time I was in the ocean, I got burned by a man of war. So screw the ocean.
At least somebody's thinking about it, and at least we don't have box jellies. Because in Australia, they have to wear pantyhose to swim.
Australia's got some crazy creatures, man. I don't think I could go. I could go there to visit, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure the box jelly is the most venomous thing on the planet. Since we're talking about banning things, banning straws, what do you think about these ghost guns?
Who?
Basically, they're like
3D printing.
Well, it's like and I'm not a big gun nut, so I don't know all the components here. But apparently, it's the part, the receiver, where the clip goes in and where the trigger and all that mechanism in the center of the rifle, and you can 3D print this. And then get all the other components and basically build a untraceable,
undetectable
assault rifle.
Yeah, I haven't seen assault rifle type stuff, and I have watched a few news stories on that over the last couple of days. As they came on TV, I wasn't hunting them down. But yeah, Trump had come out and said that that the existing legislation will stand. Basically, it's you're not allowed to 3D print a gun or to make any kind of a firearm out of anything that's not detectable, like non-metallic.
Right.
You're not allowed to do that. So basically, knock it off.
And that just kind of brings me to. I was just curious as to what's your thoughts on. All the conspiracy theories saying. The Las Vegas shooting was faked.
No.
Sandy Hook was fake.
Dead bodies aren't fake.
I just came across something recently about the Las Vegas shooting, and they went into Stephen Paddock's room, and it was a body cam on one of the officers, and you could hear them breach. They blew the door apart, and when they went in there, you could hear all the audio from the other officers saying, "There's no windows broken. It's just an open curtain." And all of them were saying, "What? No windows? No window. No windows broke." And then, and then it was cut. And that's just kind of odd because when you see it in the daylight, the pictures, the windows are busted out. But you can clearly see the officers. They said they have one down, self-inflicted or whatever. And you can hear them all kind of surprised that there's no windows busted. And then going further into that video, obviously there's, right when the gunfire happened, there's a helicopter that goes around, and right in between the two buildings, right when the helicopter gets, within eyesight of the crowd, you hear the shot. So I'm
doing
the sound effect. Yeah. So I was just curious as to, what you think about that, and what you think about all those.
I think you need to lay off the Alex Jones channel and stop ordering those vitamins that he sells.
I don't watch him.
Okay, sounds like it.
I don't.
Sounds like it.
I listen to Howard Jones, not Alex Jones.
You mean the guy from the Thompson Twins?
The guy from Light the Torch.
Because there's another Howard Jones. I don't know that he was in Thompson Twins, but it makes me think of them because there was a pop star in the 80s named that.
Ah.
Yep.
Do they have government programs for cell phones?
Yes, they do.
Do you know anything? Anything about that?
I know under Obama there was a deal made with one of the wealthiest men on the planet. He owns a large cellular telecom company in Mexico. He's from Mexico. He's a big old fat guy. Very, very, very old and very rich, ridiculously wealthy. And from what I know, under our prior administration, there was something like a $10 billion deal made with that guy to give him $10 billion.
Do you think we should get rid of like welfare altogether?
No.
And like food stamps?
No. There are people who, for whatever reason, cannot work and cannot earn a paycheck.
Right.
Be it physical, mental, whatever. There's elderly. I mean, I'm like this far from going. You know what? You're like 28 years old. You stand out in the backyard and complain just fine, looking like a teapot. With your hand on your hip. Why don't you get a job?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't think you deserve air conditioning. Right. On my dime.
And there are some like that, that make me feel that way, but I just feel like we're doing it. I feel like we're doing it wrong. And so, let me kind of unpack that for you. Like, it's just my theory, but
Go ahead.
I heard recently that our data that's collected on our phones are worth $400 to $500 a day.
Yeah.
Due to ad revenue and things.
You
shopping
get sold over and over again,
Yeah,
many times in a day. Everything you do, every move you make, every word you say,
Right.
gets recorded, tracked, and sold every day.
Right. And so
Many times a day.
And so, also too, Uber's taking out the cab business, and so
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
And then, there've been a lot of resistance with the utility companies and lobbyists and people that have vested interest in certain politicians that help certain people get elected that push back against free energy, solar power panels on your roof.
It's all bought and paid for to keep the money flowing in their direction.
Right. And so, but if you take the way the future is going, I just kind of see, like, if we had a system in place where you could do
You're welcome.
If we had a system in place where you could do a full day or two's work a month, or maybe every 6 months, to help in maintaining the facilities of the utility company, and then use solar panels and things of that nature to provide you with utilities and just do.
I got you. But kind of earn
right. And then also going forward in the future, if we all had, it's all going to self-driving vehicles eventually. So if you take the fact that Uber's taking over and your car's self-driving, well, then you can have the option to have your car being leased out as a taxi service while you're sleeping in the bed. It's out making money and paying for itself.
Somebody figure out a way to steal mine.
In addition to that, we should all there should be laws in place where we all get compensated for the information that's gathered on us. And so with all those things coming into play, I believe we could figure out a way to have a living wage for everyone, where we don't have to worry about food on the table or welfare or anything, and then people can have the extra time to invest in doing what they enjoy doing, which will in turn make them happier. Depression would go down, and they could give back to society.
There'd be more babies because there'd be more free time to make them.
They're passionate about. So, I mean, that's just my
I agree.
idea.
I wish that they would come up with legislation that would return the rights or the possession of the data that is collected from you and sold in the open market. Return those rights to you, either to the point of you don't want your data collected. I mean, okay, well, don't use cell phones. Don't do anything. If you walk into Walmart, there's face recognition software that's like, yep, that's Bob. He's coming in here, and what's he grabbing today? I mean, and then when you swipe your debit card, or now you got to use the chip, and
I hate that thing.
It's like they know everything you just bought, dude. Mm-hmm. They all right. Bob just bought box of hot tamales, a wire brush, some 10 amp bus fuses for his vehicle,
some lube. When you check out at Walmart, the last aisle you see has hemorrhoid cream, soap, Alka-Seltzer, athlete's foot medication.
You're talking about at the register?
Yeah, at the register. Yeah, that's the new.
That's the impulse buy thing. Well, those are
alcohol, peroxide.
Those are primarily things that you forget. Those are like the most common items that everybody goes there to get. It's on their list.
Diarrhea medication.
I've gone there to get diarrhea meds. Okay, and gone in there and just saw, hey, bananas. Those look nice. Put those in a cart. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, they got travel mugs for $5. I'll take one of those. And you'll leave without the damn one thing you came there to get.
But why is why? Who?
It's by the register. Because guys like me are like, hey, here's my travel mug. I didn't come here for any of this crap. What did I come here for? Hey, look, I'm Imodium AD. Sweet.
But who is in the checkout aisle with hemorrhoids, diarrhea, athlete's foot?
Well, nobody has all of
They
those
need
ailments.
gauze.
Well, I mean,
they got to have alcohol.
Who's going to eat,
Rubbing
a baby bottle pop, 400 packs of Trident gum, a Mars bar? Who's going to eat? I mean, that's like saying, all that candy's there because everybody's going to eat one of each.
Yeah, but they have a whole rack of just ailments.
Those are commonly forgotten items. Do you own a toaster? Any of y'all? Yeah. Can you make grilled cheese in your toaster? No, right? Because it'll run down. Lay the toaster on its side where the cheese faces up, and then click that, because you turn it outside, click it down. Grilled cheese maker. Simple as that.
That's true.
Logician, buddy.
But switching
All about
gears,
logistics.
switching gears to music.
Fuck music. I'm sick of music.
Are you?
Well, I'm tired of your music.
My music?
Yeah.
You haven't heard my
Polka.
music.
I'm gonna polka you in the fucking eye.
I'll have some music pretty soon. But
so go ahead.
Mushroom Head is coming to town, and
Is that like a pizza joint?
I don't know how I feel about
Mushroom Heads. We got the best pizza.
I don't know how I feel about it because, I've kind of.
They're here like every 8 months. So.
Well, no, the last time the first and the first and last time they were here, which was the first time they've ever been, I think, anywhere down south. They pretty much stay up north their whole career. And anyway, was, 2015. So it's been a few years. But the point being is that I don't know how I feel about it. I hate that I missed that show because the singer quit. And
oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that they lost their vocalist.
And after that show also, not only the singer quit recently, the lead vocalist. But right after that show when they came here, they lost the other vocalist. There was 2 vocalists, main vocalists, and all they did was sing. He quit, and now the main lead singer quit. And a main guitarist quit. I think it was a guitarist. Anyway, so it's pretty much entirely
whoever owns the rights to the name and the music gets to hire a bunch of hired gun studio musicians to go and play under the name Mushroom Head, basically. Kind of like Saliva that was just here.
Well, they sound. The vocalist, he really does pull it off. He sounds like Jeffrey.
Did Saliva's. I mean, he's no Josie Scott, but he's great voice. Excellent for that kind of music, but it's not Josie Scott.
Yeah, and on their most recent song that they released, I don't know if this is going to be a mainstay or not, but they added a female lead vocalist as well, which I thought was pretty neat. And the video was kind of Evil Dead-esque. Evil Dead,
really?
The movie.
Yeah,
it was kind of had that vibe, that cabin vibe or something going on. It was a good video, I thought. But yeah, so they'll be in town. I think it's late August sometime, 25th, 28th, somewhere in there. I don't know. I might check it out, but I'm just kind of down about.
I mean,
the whole lineup's different.
Don't they like spew like milk and stuff on the crowd and weird things like that? And just
I don't know about that, but I know that they have some type of liquid on top of the drums, and then they have light coming up under it.
That's some Gallagher shit.
So that it splashes and it glows.
Gallagher's coming here too, and I'm not going because I don't want to have watermelon on my snatch. Federally, and I'm totally making this up on my own, so don't try to Google this. Is going to federally acknowledge legalized marijuana. Now that doesn't mean that the feds have legalized it everywhere. That means that it's legal if the states wish for it to be legal.
That's already kind of happening, isn't it?
Well, yeah, 30 states, 6 of them. I'm sorry, I think 9 of them. There's 21 states. I'm hazy right now. 21 states, I think, that have medicinal use, and 9 states that have recreational use.
That would be a surefire way to get him reelected for all the people that hate him. I think if he...
Oh, you will pull everybody who was going to vote for Bernie.
Oh, yeah.
And be like, I'm pulling the lever for Trump. I can't believe I'm doing this. Or I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing it.
I'm just going to stay home.
We should have implemented online voting as soon as the statistics came in that 80% of America has internet, and if that is the statistic, I mean, maybe it's higher, I don't know, but I'm just saying that we should have done that a long time ago. This whole thing about you have to take off work, it's in the middle of the week, you have to stand in line, you have to register. All this is to deter people from voting, and mainly younger people, I believe.
I think if we can close the doors for Easter, which, not everybody's Christian, so not everybody practices Easter.
Yeah, we don't even get a day off of work. What is that?
But everybody's closed. Except for like Dollar General.
4th of July, celebrating our independence. Everybody's closed.
Well,
but on the day
4th of July, like Costco was closed, but like I think Sam's was open. You know what I mean?
but
So,
same thing. Most places are closed.
Basically, any place that takes EBT was open.
But on voting day, when we're actually
eating Bob's taxes,
when we're actually in the process of exercising our freedom, no, it's not a holiday. We're not off work. That doesn't make sense. In addition to that, why can you sign up for health care, okay, online, and your social security number, all that'll suffice.
Because that's money.
And you'll get your health care, and they'll approve you, and all this online at healthcare.gov, but yet you can't vote. But they're not worried about you, hiding who you are in that process online. Wouldn't it also save a lot of money? Because I don't know where you vote around here, but in my neck of the woods,
upstraight of bar.
In my neck of the woods, it's at all the churches, and so I'm sure there's a rent fee where the churches are they're getting paid to rent that area out for a little while.
I think they just do it because they want people to come to their church.
I don't know about that, but anyway, maybe that's the case. Also, if you did it online, wouldn't that do away with the cost of these voting machines where you have to stick the ballot in?
I think it'd
be more cost effective.
I don't understand why we haven't. We're going to spend $100 freaking trillion on a wall that's not going to work.
It's probably controversial as well, but
penis.
Have
fun editing this one, mother flower.
Oh, I don't know. You've already put shit in the middle and everything else.
You like it in the middle?
I don't know. I lost all my patriotism when I started a business. Half of it went away. Well, no, let me say that differently. When 9/11 happened and we went to Iraq, I lost some of my patriotism. And then when I opened a business and I found out how much they stick it to small business,
they make it impossible.
I lost more of my patriotism. It was half gone at that point. And then when I had a child, the rest of it was gone. Mm-hmm. And I won't unpack all that, but that's just where I stand.
Right.
And
I think you've got the wrong assistant. Why don't you go tongue punch your friend in the fart box?
Okay, Google.
Very funny. Say that shit again and I'm gonna slap you and that bitch next to you right in the mouth.